Dominic Alafacci is here as well. Hi, Dominic.
G'day.
Advice you need. Dominic is the man. 133 693. What happened overnight, Dominic, with all the markets?
Well, we had great news, Darren.
Oh, what was
the
that?
Dow Jones Industrial Average rallied 295 points, or 0.8%, to 36,245, whilst the Nasdaq rose 79 points, or just over 0.5%, to 14,305. And the S&P 500 put on 27 points, or over 0.5%, to 4,596. Across the Atlantic, London's FTSE put on over 1%, and the French, German and Italian bourses were all higher. Gold put on $34.10, or 1.66%, to $2,091.30 US an ounce, and silver was up 0.82% to $25.87 US an ounce. And as you know, I love gold going up and oil going down. In West Texas, it was 2.07% lower, or $1.57 lower at $74.39 a barrel. That to me is a great
That's
overnight
good.
report.
Yeah.
The A dollar is up over 1%, which I don't really like, but because it's better for our exporters.
Good for travel.
It is good for travel, but it's buying 66.75 US cents. I liked it when it was around 60. That means we got more value for our exports. But look, we've got to do a bit of travel, so compromise is good.
Yeah.
The ASX 200 SPY is looking 65 points high for a positive start to the week on Monday. Following yesterday's effort, our market gave back 14 points to close the session at 7,073.
Okay. Stephen has called through. Good morning.
G'day, Dominic. Just wondering what your thoughts are on Santos, Woodside, and that sector.
Yeah, look, they're in a downward trend. Oil's sort of pointing down a bit. And it was down overnight. As a long-term hold, that sector's very positive. And energy in itself, because they're not just all about oil, they have other interests as well. But the sector's lower because there's a trend down. So you usually buy in the dip or hold in the dip. You wouldn't want to sell unless there's a very good reason. So my experts in that field, because I'm not an expert in oil stocks, have told me stay in there. I bought some actually of another company recently. I won't mention, but and it fell a bit, and I rang my mate who's the director. I said, what's going on here? And he said, basically, Dominic, there was a downward spike in oil prices. There was talk of the OPEC group restricting supply and pushing prices up, but that sort of faded, so the prices continued to fall. So long-term investors hold.
Yep.
Speculators, I really can't give you advice there, Stephen.
Happy with that, Steve?
Very happy. Thanks, Dominic.
No
Good on you.
worries.
If you'd like to talk to Dominic, 133 693. Pensions and super.
Yeah.
If you've got a decent super, you can't get the pension.
Well, most people can't, but we're seeing a trend now where there's these new innovative products that satisfy the government's objectives. And basically what the government doesn't want you to do is save up all your super, get to 60 or 65 or whenever you qualify, take the money out, go to Crown Casino and blow it all, then put your hand out for the pension.
Right.
So they've introduced a discount, so to speak, on certain investments. So if you buy a certain investment with your super or other money, it doesn't only have to be super, not all of that asset counts towards the age pension. So you can have a married couple who have got, say, $1.4 million in super, who don't qualify for the age pension if they're a homeowner because they've got too much. With the right tools and getting under the bonnet and tightening things up, like Elvis does on that fantastic car show with, do you ever watch Wheeler Dealer? Great show.
No, yeah, I think I do.
Yeah, the little chubby guy, looks like me, Mike.
Oh, yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I love Wheeler Dealer.
Yeah, well, Wheeler Dealer, that Elvis guy gets in, fixes up the cars.
Yeah.
And, it used to be
a guy with lots of hair.
Yeah, he had an, Ed China.
Ed,
Then
that's
they had
right.
an American guy, a guy in America. I don't like that pop.
Ed went grey really young.
He did. He did.
Yeah, I know
But
the
anyway,
show.
getting back to, he would fix things up under the bonnet.
Yeah.
The people would drive away with their cars happily. So we can do this for people. It's not something you can explain over the radio simply. But
Interesting.
all I'd say is that it's all legal. It gives them a guaranteed income stream for life, and given certain objectives that the people have, if it suits them. The reason why I'm talking about this, I had this lovely fellow who didn't get the pension. He was already 69. He'd missed out for 2 years.
Yeah.
Because he didn't know this. So it sort of rekindled my thoughts to let everybody know that if you've got the right components, you can make your little MG or your electric car, whatever you want to
So you
have.
get the pension as well.
Yeah. It's brilliant.
Oh, interesting. Dominic Alafaci is here. Calls are coming through at 5 to 10.
Hour of Power on 3AW for Swan Security, Australia's trusted name in home security and zero fees.
David, good morning.
Dominic, I have a question. Investment property.
Yes.
I've got a rental.
Yep.
How do I get around paying capital gains? Can I move in it after they've moved out?
You can. All you're doing is kicking the can down the road, if that suits you. If you move into it, then it becomes your principal place of residence, and until such time as you sell it, there is no capital gains tax payable. But if you don't want to move in, it's a good idea, I must say. A lot of people should do that. But if you want to get rid of it, you may be able to get rid of the capital gains tax by doing catch-up concessional superannuation contributions, and depending on your circumstances, you could get like a $75,000 tax deduction if you've got the right Meccano set pieces that we can build you. So I'm really onto building cars.
Meccano under the bonnet.
I know.
Well, yeah,
Monopoly.
We'll be vacuuming the house
Monopoly,
soon.
my favourite game. I'll challenge anybody Monopoly.
Will you?
Yep. Anyway, getting back to poor David's question. David, you got two options. Move into it. I think it's a good one. But if that doesn't suit your objectives, you may be able to qualify to get a large tax deduction by doing non-concessional catch-up superannuation contributions.
Last tax deduction.
A large. Get some advice. If you don't have anybody to help you, leave your details off here and I'll talk to you. Because I've got to go, I think.
Yeah, it's news time. And don't hang up. And Dominic will be kind enough to take your call off air, won't you?
Yeah, I will. I'll talk to Anne off here. Sorry, we got off.
Ran out of time. Talking too much under the bonnet.
I know.
Ed China.
Sorry, guys.
Hey, lovely to see you, Dominic.
Same here.
Catch you soon. See you, Emily.
Bye, boys.
Stay dry as we approach 10 o'clock. Up next, Cars with Paul Gover. Speaking of under the bonnet,